Cruising right through this weekend just before the market opens because we're looking to take some positions this week. And there's a lot going on with commercial interest that's got our chart buzzing right now. It's got our report buzzing right now. So one that I haven't done recently is OATS. So it's been a long time, so hopefully we can keep this video short and take a quick analysis of OATS in terms of commercial interest, in terms of pivots, in terms of price action. So a little bit of movement on the OATS. We had identified this during our Friday roundup as being pretty darn bullish, up at 130, so setting a new high. Yeah, so we're still highlighted here, and this is that market sentiment change that we were looking at. So a couple of weeks spent some downtime here, underneath the extreme of up over 80, but holding a much more positive outlook. So we've got this new high set here. New high as in more net long than net short. And so these numbers are really low, huh? Let's do something real quick. Yes, that's my spa yoga. My spa yoga channel. Whatever you want to call it. It's Pandora. It's Pandora, and it's my chill music. I'm gonna log into bar charts real quick. I just want to post this. We'll do commitment of traders, and we're just gonna take a look at OATS because I want to see why these numbers are so low. And I don't trade OATS very often because this is a crazy ass market. Super crazy market. This be gapping in here. Sometimes hard to get a read on this. So long-term traders, yeah, maybe, So here's where they're getting really bullish, right? Here's where commercial interest is holding an extremely negative or a positive outlook. And again here. So we look for these extremes with commercial interest. So even back here, they're lifting their head, right? And then, this is the market sentiment. This is the shift, the move that we get. So there's a lot of spikes in volatility here on the way up. I mean, just up and down the chart. So you go, you're going to have your profit targets really set unless you're in this for the long haul. Because, I mean, look at where the weekly lows come in and test even with commercial interest as high as it is. You're zipping up, you come back down, you're just barely trading above the previous low. And again, just above the previous low. But set new highs, setting higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, right? And we're ticky-tacking here, through this. But comms are holding throughout this accumulation period before it takes off, and they start holding up a more negative outlook. So they're getting bearish back here, and the sentiment does shift a little bit off of the top a couple of times in this ticky-tack motion between the swings of price action. And then they start lifting, their net short positions, and they start to get, quite a bit more bullish. Not as bullish as they were in here, but if you're looking at a 3-year index, they were not very. I mean, they didn't need to be up this high here, and price took off. They were holding a more positive outlook here when price took off too. And again, and through here. So can we follow commercial interest with OATS here and say that these guys are usually on the right side of the trade? So we're getting up here, right? We had a nice hike. Here's their lowest. Here's really low. They're holding a negative outlook, and they're getting positive here. So, I mean, can we? And this is gap down really It was brutal. These guys are getting ready to take it the other way. We bottom out here. They spent several weeks getting bullish on this, and it took off and went the other way. All right, so we've got the pulse on here. Is that within the last 3 years, the most bullish that they've been was a positive sign that the market sentiment was changing and that we can go the other way. These were the two key areas, I think, that you got to watch when they're at extremes. So are we getting extreme here? Probably not in the 3-year index, but it's getting close to it. We got some green producing here on the 3-year index and on the 6. Then the 6-month index, 3-year, 6-month, is blazing. This is higher than they have been in a 6-month period. The highest they've been in a 6-month period. So we got to change this to negative 785, and market is open right now. Ooh, the S&P is getting killed. Let's just detour real quick and just take a peek at the S&P, because we just finished this video and we were looking for a higher low, and we said we were going to watch our fundamentals and see what the market was thinking today. We did not get that higher low. We thought it would, we had one of two scenarios. This is just going to cook down, or we would get, a higher low trade. This is, where are they taking this? Where are they taking this right now? We got to get off this. We got to get off this here. We got to get out of this video so we can get back into trading the S&P right now. And we got to take a look at live cattle as well. I don't think live cattle has opened up yet, but no, it has not. I do not believe it has opened up yet. I won't be until the morning, 8:30. So we're cooking here. Let's look at OATS real quick while we've got this. So, and let's look at commercial interest, and let's see what's going on. So our ATR range is probably not going to help us out too much on this. I think maybe you might want to put a 5 and a 2, because the range just really, we need a more responsive, more reactive ATR range. I mean, that's not even that great, even at 2.0. You wait for the range to break and then you get bullish on this, or market sentiment really low. Oh, in comparison, so it was low back here, and we had a nice breakout. A nice breakout of this box here, of this range. I think I'm cooked from doing 4 videos. I think 3 videos for me is usually pretty good. I start to not make sense after about 4 videos. So we didn't get an early start today because I had a lot to do, but com's getting really bullish up in here. Market sentiment or open interest is, could you say this is at a relative low? That's extremely high, but I don't. Your relative low is down here. It's in that relatively low range. So if this continues to decline a little bit, this looks really promising. Or do we want to come up and retest maybe? I don't play OATS very often, but comms are bullish. Comms were bullish here. We had some movement. Comms were bearish back here. We got some movement. Market sentiment changed. They got really bullish when they saw better prices here. So what do we have to work with? What are we going to work with for descending highs here? Have any pivots on the lower time frames? Like what's going on here? Are we gonna get a bounce or continuation? Comps are a little bit more optimistic here, clearing out this this range bottom. So got a nice floor here. I broke through this ceiling temporarily, this range ceiling temporarily. Maybe trapped some shorts and took it the other way. Comps were not as bullish back here when this took off the other way. They were up pretty close, but they didn't need much here. So shifting sentiment a little bit on, not quite at extreme, but you know, a considerable amount of net long position increase or reporting on the 3-year index, and we don't have the 6-month data way back there. So we can do a 6-month index with a year's worth of data. We might do that. So coming down from 90, were they up at 90 back here? Quite possible. They were up at, you know, 90 here. Pretty good indication, I think. Sentiment moving down. Think rally. WPR in the oversold range. Maybe we get some diminishing open interest, and this looks like a really good chart to be bullish on. Gotta watch the OATS. Watch the OATS this week. I mean, is that the best data we got for OATS? That's why I don't play it. Might have to switch the candle type to the Ashi. What do we got here? What do we got? Do we have a nice lower time frame pivot? I mean, what's there to work with here? What's there to work with? No, I don't play OATS. There's just better charts to trade. There's definitely better charts to play than this one. I don't know. I mean, he could plead the case that we've got a swing here. Right? Well, maybe. Right, we took out this high. Oh, good God, with these candles. Yeah. Yeah, watch for accumulation and what's our bullish factors? At least in the 15-minute for a safe entry. Diminishing market sentiment. I mean, think rally. Got a little pop here, but I mean, not a very exciting chart. Not a very exciting chart to play, I don't think. If you're an intraday trader, if you're looking for a long-term hold, I mean, wait and see what comms do this week. See what the report looks like this week. See if they maintain their bullishness. So, I mean, could be some, you know, if we get some nice accumulation down here. So draw up the range. You've got the, you know, here's the so-called bottom of the range. And here's your supposed swing top. So, or swing, yeah, swing high. Here's your ceiling. WPR really low, interest really, I mean, if you're looking to hold, if you're looking long term, maybe this turns around. But I gotta see something here. I'm not, because these quick, spike bounce plays, it just there's no build-up, so there's no. How can you expect this to take off and go the other way? And here we had some nice accumulation, so yeah, we had some nice build-up, on a bullish chart, and away it went. Comps didn't even have to get that bullish on the 6-month index, and it turned the other way. But not having the data here, maybe they were really bullish back here on the 6-month index. They were really bullish back here on the 3-year index, and we saw a nice little moonshot here. So we get another week of positive outlook on OATS, and away we go. At least that's what we can hope for. I mean, don't like to see that, right? Accumulation don't look pretty either. Accumulation is not looking. We got to see something here, right? Here's bottom of the range on the 15-minute chart. Here's your floor, and I would have called that your ceiling right there. At least in the lower time frame. Does it help? Maybe. Well, look at that, huh? Well, look at that. It's funny how these things line up, right? Just draw some freaking lines on a chart, and not quite. A retest of that broken line. But we are retesting the top of this ceiling here. Couldn't get over it. I mean, they wanted to. That was a significant impulse to try to get up over this ceiling here. And then found support on it, but bulls couldn't maintain it. Will they regain it? OATS, not very exciting, but maybe it'll pay the bills. So not a lot of liquidity going on. You're looking at the 5-minute chart, and yeah, I don't know, man. Like, would I want to be playing this? I think this is why I don't play OATS very often. Maybe if you got a couple of, you get 10 or 20 grand you want to throw at it and invest long term. Maybe OATS are turning around here. That's all I got to say about OATS. Not a very exciting chart, and I don't play it very often, but maybe something I'll watch this week, and we'll do a follow-up maybe Wednesday or Thursday or Friday close and see where we've gone to with OATS and where OATS might be going to. So the Friday roundup will tell us a lot too with bullish commercial intention, or is the sentiment going to shift the other way? I don't know. But these guys, I don't know if they're hedging. I don't know if they're protecting their interests. But I mean, probably right. I mean, I should probably look into that. I should probably say, oh, well, they will get a little bit bullish down here because we're checking out our seasonal study, and now is a time for commercial interest to turn this around. What do we got? Where are we? Well, OATS are getting absolutely blistered right now, right? Not having a great year, but it seems like pretty common. So it seems pretty common for OATS to come down at this time period. So beginning of February looks like a little bit of a retrace, and not looking that wonderful for OATS moving forward. At least from the average at this point, looks like declining sentiment across the board on quite a bit. I'm not I'm not playing this chart. I'm not really. I'm not going to play it. Maybe I will. I don't know. Well, we've got to dissect this, right? Yeah, we've got to dissect the seasonal chart here. Can you make a case for oats rallying at this time of year? That doesn't look great on the seasonal study. No, it does not look great though. Where's the argument here that oats are a good bet to buy? Is it somewhere in here? This season looked pretty decent, right? Oof. It's a mixed bag. It's looking like a mixed bag up in here. So far well below the average, it's not even funny. Not a great season for oats. Well, when these seasons started out lower, there wasn't a great deal of recovery from them either. Very minimal. Doesn't this look a lot like seasonally, this is not the season to be in oats? Doesn't look like it's a very good bet for bulls in between the next couple of months. Is there a better part of the season to be a buyer? Maybe you're short here, right? So I mean, I talk about these charts here like you can only be a bull. So, but you want to hold short? When do oats rally? Oh, well, we've got this marked off. Probably not till September. Looks like it's good to be a buyer back in here. We had a couple of seasons that had some nice rips, but only these 2 seasons were great for oats when the rest were on declining. But we've got a much better case to be a buyer up here in September than we can argue for back here, because it just doesn't look like it's a good time to be a buyer. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what commercial interest does and how they're feeling about this. But I'm not playing oats, but if you like oats, there it is. That's what I got to say about it. I don't have any more on oats. We'll check in again on Friday if we've got time. Thanks for tuning in. You know, I forgot to turn this off. Well, that sucks. Thanks for tuning in. And this is our just quick analysis of CoT, some pivots, and some price action on oats. There's not a lot there, but I hope you find yourself on the profitable side of the trade. Check us out in Discord. We've got some open channels. Come in. A couple channels are open for chat and discussion. Want to be a member or stick around for a little while, go ahead and send me a direct message. But the link is should be provided in the description here. It's good for about 100 uses. So until we need another 100 uses. But hope you find yourself on the profitable side of the trade. We'll see you on the next video.